Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the cricket happenings once again. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to look at yesterday's dramatic victory which happened at Bridgetown in Barbados, where Michael Clarke became the first captain in the history of Test cricket, not the first captain, the second captain in the history of Test cricket to actually beat a side after declaring the innings closed with a lead which was less than what was scored in the first innings. So that was a great achievement. It was a bold declaration, and in the end, I would say it really paid off. But uh, it was a very exciting thing happening. The match was won under severe, a real fading light. That's where the match was won. So West Indies started off the overnight score of 71 for 5, and they were soon all out to add another, I would say, probably anything double than what they had in the previous day on the final day, and they were all out for 148, and there was not much resistance. Dean Ryan was out for 21, Carlton Borg 23, Dan Sami 14, Kemar Roche offered good resistance, making 25. So 148 all out, and the 4 wicket back for Ben Hilfenhaus, 3 wickets for Ryan Harris, 2 for Peter Siddle. But Australia chasing 192 for victory. When when they watched the match, when one was really seeing it, David Warner, Ed Cowan were at the crease. David Warner went early in the chase of 192. He was out for 22 of 39. In fact, let me tell you, only 2 sessions were remaining, and Australia had to make 192. So in the first session, they could till tea, from lunch to tea, they could get only 61 runs. They were scoring at snail's pace. It was Ed Cowan who was very slow with his batting. David Warner was the first to go out to Darren Sammy for 22 with 2 fours. Ed Cowan and Shane Watson were in the middle, and Ed Cowan was very slow. In fact, if you see his innings, he made 34 of 100 balls with 1 4. So that really tells you the story as to how slow Ed Cowan was. So it was the final session was left with 130 runs to get to a victory. And well, Australia definitely made a good fist of it. In fact, West Indies came hard and made them really fight for every run. But there was some aggression shown as soon as they came, with Ed Cowan after tea hitting the first ball for a boundary. That was the only solitary boundary that Ed Cowan hit in his innings of 34. Other than that, Shane Watson was a very prime contributor in this victory, making 52 of 57 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. And Narsingh Ryan struck thrice. Actually, what he did is he first took Ricky Ponting's wicket. He was clean bowled for 14 with 1 4. Michael Clarke was cotton bowled by the off break of Narsingh Ryan for 6. And then Michael Hussey was left the job along with Shane Watson. Shane Watson played a quick 52, but Michael Hussey was, as you know, he's the Mr. Reliable, and well, he proved to be reliable because he was there over there doing his job. But when one felt that Michael Hussey and Matthew Wade will take them to victory, that was the time Kemar Rowe struck. Actually, Matthew Wade played a very wide shot. He tried to uppercut a ball from Kemar Rowe past third man, and he was held by Devendra Bishu at 18. And then the victory was something. They were 177 for 6 when Matthew Wade departed, and then it was Ryan Harris and Michael Hussey. But Kemar Rowe struck a double blow, as at 189 he actually clean bowled Michael Hussey for 32. That was a vital blow of 26 balls with 2 4s and 2 6s, and then it was the tail enders. So 7 wickets were down for 190 odd, and it was left for Ryan Harris and Ben Hilfenhaus to take them to victory. And the light was also fading. As you know, nowadays umpires have the right to, as per the ICC regulations, umpires have the right to actually decide whether the light is good to play or not. But fortunately enough, Ryan Harris and Ben Hilfenhaus really did the job very quickly, with Ryan Harris remaining not out on 4 and Ben Hilfenhaus not out on 2. And that was the victory, a historical victory for Australia. And what a game of cricket. Who says Test cricket is dying? By the way, I really appreciate the way Michael Clarke did such a bold declaration. Even though he didn't have the lead, no other captain would have dared to do so. But Michael Clarke was something out of the ordinary. And what a wonderful declaration it did, and what a result we had here at Bridgetown in Barbados. But West Indies, they definitely fought hard. They definitely deserve credit for that. And a 4-wicket back for Nasing Narayan, the red arm spinner, 4 for 53. Well, now I'm going to change the focus here. We are going on to the DLF Premier League 2012, and I'm going to talk about one match which happened today, and that was Chennai Super Kings versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. And the verdict was, it was a very close match. It was the first time in the IPL 2012 that they have gone past the 200 mark. The Royal Challengers were the one who set the trend by actually scoring 205 for 8, and the contributors only on the top of the order, with Mayank Agarwal promoted in the batting order, coming ahead of in fact Mayank Agarwal opening the innings with Chris Gayle, and he made 45 very quick runs of 26 balls with 5 fours and 3 sixes. If you see the top of the order, it was full aggression. Chris Gayle was initially restrained, but today he came into his own and started smacking sixes. In fact, for 10 balls he didn't have any boundaries, but when Suresh Raina came, who never bowled after bowling that one over, which went for 21 runs, where Chris Gayle hit 3 sixes, and in all he hit 6 sixes and 2 fours in his score of 68 of 35 balls. And then Virat Kohli, with deft placement and very good support from Gayle there, Virat Kohli was really piercing the gaps, and he was playing the sedate stuff, but still he managed to hit 2 sixes and 5 fours in his score of 57. That was the partnership which went on from 53 for 1 in the 6th over to 162 in the 17th over, thanks to Gayle and Virat Kohli involved in a very great partnership, more than 107 runs partnership there. Other than that, after that, if you see, it's a telephone number coming up with A.B. de Villiers out for 4, Saurabh Tiwari out for 8, Raju Bhatkal out for naught, Cheteshwar Pujara out for naught, and Daniel Vettori. So they couldn't really cash in at 162 for 2 when Chris Gayle left, but they definitely went past the 200 mark. But as I said, it was Virat Kohli was doing all the scoring there, and Royal Challengers finished with 205 for 8 on the board. And the bowling figures doesn't make any happy reading. Ravichandran Ashwin, none for 46, 3 for 24. Dougie Bollinger was the pick of the lot, 3 for 24. Dwayne Bravo also bowled 4 overs, no maiden, none for 30. 4 overs, 2 for 37 for Albie Morkel. 2 overs for none for 27 for Shadab Jagati. 2 for 18 for Ravindra Jadeja. Chennai Super Kings, well, they put it across the Royal Challengers Bangalore in the 20th over. It was a match which went down to the wire. And there was a time when Chennai Super Kings would have thought they would have lost the match. 43 runs to get. Albie Morkel and Ravindra Jadeja were at the crease. In fact, it was Dwayne Bravo at the crease. And they had 43 runs to get of the last 2 overs. It was a stiff task. But there was probably an error. One does not know. What happened was Virat Kohli was being handled the ball by Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And Virat Kohli was carted by Albie Morkel to the tune of 28 runs in an over, which made all the difference, as Albie Morkel got really stuck on to Virat Kohli, clattered him over long on and long off for sixes, 3 sixes in all and 2 fours, and all the 3 sixes and 2 fours coming of the Virat Kohli over. Virat Kohli finished with 2 overs, no maiden, none for 36, and Albie Morkel completely changed the complexion of the game in the 2 overs. As I said, 43 runs required in the end with Albie Morkel and Bravo at the crease. Albie Morkel did that to Virat Kohli and took his team to victory. In fact, he contributed a very, very quick 28 of just 7 deliveries, 2 fours and 3 sixes, all coming in the Virat Kohli over, which completely changed with only 15 to get of the final over. And Dwayne Bravo completed the formality by completing it in the 20th over with 1 6 and a boundary. And he was not out on 15 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and it was all over. In fact, Chennai Super Kings had won this match in a very handsome fashion by 5 wickets. Well, as far as Chennai Super Kings were concerned, the initial thrust was given by Faf du Plessis, who played an innovative knock of 71 of just 46 deliveries, 5 fours and 4 sixes. Suresh Raina contributed a quick 23 of 14 balls with 3 fours and 1 6. And then Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain, clubbed 41 of 24 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes. And then it was left to Albie Morkel and Dwayne Bravo. But Albie Morkel, as I said, the 28 runs that he took of Virat Kohli in the 19th over made all the difference. 43 runs to get, and 28 were taken in the 19th over, and the 20th over was a mere formality with 15 runs to get, and Dwayne Bravo completed the formality. So 208 for Y. Chennai Super Kings were very happy that they actually beat Royal Challengers Bangalore here. And now I have to be very, very quick here. I have to just talk to you about the other match because my YouTube broadcast is about to end. And let me talk about this match with the Pune Warriors finishing on 115 all out against the Kings 11 Punjab. There's not a, I mean, there's a good bowling effort coming from Dimitri Mascarenas, who took 5 wicket back, 4 overs, no maidens, 25 runs on 5 wickets. And Pune Warriors finished with a very paltry 115. The highest scorer being Mithun Manhas with 31 of 28 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. Kolkata Knight Riders have just started their reply, and let me see what has happened there. In fact, Paul Waltadi is gone. He has been clean bowled by Ashok Dinda for a duck. So the first ball itself, the Pune Warriors have struck. Adam Gilchrist is batting on naught, and Sean Marsh is batting on 1. I will have to leave you, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, for today. But it looks like a small target, but in fact, Kolkata Knight Riders have been dealt an early blow. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Show. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.